What's up, everybody? This is Zack Hample back at Busch Stadium in St. Louis for the second straight day. And once again, the status of batting practice is in jeopardy. Yesterday, there was a really iffy weather forecast, but the Giants did hit. Well, both teams hit, but you don't get inside early enough to see the home team. And today, I actually just heard from a new friend who works for the Cardinals as a ball boy, who told me that Mike Matheny, the Cardinals manager, only has his guys hit before 7 o'clock games. Tonight's game starts at 6:15. It's a Saturday. The Giants are in town, so whether or not there's batting practice, it's going to be really crowded. And sometimes if the home team doesn't hit, that just kind of messes up the whole schedule thing. So fingers crossed, we'll see how that goes. But I'm not thinking about putting up huge numbers or getting double digits or anything like that. I just want to get one ball, keep the streak alive, and then just check out as much of the stadium as possible, like I always do. All right, well, the Giants are hitting, so that's a good sign. One group of BP and they're done. Gates opened 2 hours early. And when I ran inside the stadium, the Giants were hitting, so that was good. And I noticed a guy with dreads, long hair in the cage, and I'm like, that's Johnny Cueto, the pitchers are hitting. I think BP might be ending soon, because the pitchers would only hit at the end. So I went down the foul line and grabbed that corner spot as close to the line as possible, thinking maybe I could scoop up a grounder, but it was also pretty empty there compared to the outfield. And I just thought maybe it's a good place to get a toss-up. So I did get one from a coach, I forget his name, Jose someone, I'll look him up and tell you later. And sure enough, batting practice ended, ran over to the dugout, I got Coach Hensley Mullins to flip one up over the net. So 2 baseballs with like 10 minutes of BP is not bad. But of course, it's just kind of frustrating that there's not more action. It's funny to see what guys have to do when there's a huge protective screen behind the dugout. It used to be easy, you could just get one tossed directly to you. But I actually feel like it might work to your advantage to have a net, because most people don't figure that they can get a ball if they're behind the net. But if you ask nicely and you speak loudly and you get the player's attention, you might be the only one here and they'll flip one over. So I just got 2 right there from the Giants coaches. So 3 baseballs, not terrible. Like I said, this is a tough place. So I'm here with a young fan who just recognized me named Clayton. That's an awesome name, by the way. And Clayton came up and asked if I wanted 2 tickets for tonight for the Diamond Club. Because what, you basically have 4 and 2 extra ones? So that's amazing, thank you. I don't know if I'm gonna stay there for the game. It might be a good spot to catch a foul ball, but I'll definitely go up there and take a look. There's obviously not too much other stuff happening today, so we're definitely gonna wander all over the place and see how much stuff we can see. Alright, I'm out here in center field and I want to show you guys something pretty cool. Behind me you can see all this wide open space right in front of the batter's eye, dead center field. You are not allowed to jump over and run for baseballs though. So trust me, don't do it. It might be tempting, but don't do it. They'll kick you out, they might arrest you, and worst of all, they might even take away the baseball. It's just not worth it. This space does remind me of the grassy hill in dead center field at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. The difference there is that you are allowed to jump over the side railing and chase baseballs. So it's interesting to see how different stadiums do things. And speaking of open space, look at this area behind me. Come on over this way. There's this really wide walkway out here in center, right center. They don't hit a lot of baseballs out this far, but it's just a really cool spot. This bar with table seating. So like I said, this stadium is pretty tough for catching baseballs, but there's a lot of interesting quirks and features to it.
Just
just wandering around the stadium, and I noticed a little white speck out in right field on this ledge below the front row of seats. So I came over here to take a peek, and sure enough, it is a baseball. It's all muddy. It's kind of wedged in the dirt a little bit and tucked underneath this advertisement board. I can't get that one. That's just a little bit too tricky, but I'm proud of myself for being able to spot it from like 200 feet away.
Attention AAA members. Show your valid AAA membership card at the box office to receive member discounts on game tickets. Certain restrictions may apply. To discover the many sides of AAA, visit...
Bottom of the first inning, no score yet. Hanging out here where my actual seats are, trying to get a third out ball. So I guess I'll give it like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 innings. And after that, I do want to head up to the Diamond Club and check out the scene up there. What you need?
It's time to play Clarkson Eye Care Top 3.
So Buster Posey just tried to throw me the third out ball way over the screen, and he threw it like 5 feet short. I reached forward, and still, I think if it just went like 1 foot farther, I would have caught that. So a fan reached up, deflected it. Nothing I can do about that. All right, up here in the 200 level, the Diamond Club. It's pretty nice. I've never been here before, and I think the first thing that jumped out at me is all these baseball cards high up on the wall of old-time St. Louis players. I always love it when a team pays tribute to its rich history, and obviously the Cardinals have one of the longest histories in Major League Baseball. Also, it just smells amazing here. The food quality is always better in the Diamond Club. I really haven't been to too many Diamond Clubs in my life. Maybe like 6 or 8 total ever, so this is a pretty special occurrence for me. For those of you who don't know who Rogers Hornsby is, he's one of the best all-time players. Hall of Fame second baseman for St. Louis, lifetime .358 batting average, that's second all-time. He was born in the 1800s, and he said one of my favorite baseball quotes of all time. It went like this: "People ask me what I do in winter when there's no baseball. I'll tell you what I do. I stare out the window and wait for spring." So I just love it. True baseball state of mind. This game is really flying along. It's already in the top of the 7th inning right now, and it's scoreless. And these teams have only combined for a handful of hits. I'm up here in an area called Big Mac Land, which was named back at the old stadium back in 1998 when Mark McGwire was blasting all those home runs, and they brought that section over to this place as a tribute. And I think we need Big Mac here to get some runs on the board. But listen, I want to give a quick shout out right now to this app that's called Grand Slam Amino, because they're sponsoring this video, they're hooking it up for me, they're really helping me get to different games and stadiums, so let's hook it up for them. Now, I've been on this app and it's pretty cool. I describe it like this. It's a social network, like Facebook or Instagram, but it's really interactive, it's entirely devoted to baseball, and it's run by the community. So the best content will get featured on the front page, and you can write your own blogs or read other people's. You can take polls and quizzes or create your own. There's lots of news, there's highlights, there's chat groups, so you can connect with other baseball fans out there and really have some good debates and conversations. And a lot of the people who watch my videos are on that app as well. So definitely check it out, Grand Slam Amino. If you check the description below this video, you'll find a couple of links there that you can use to actually download the app. So go for it. I've been on there myself. It's a lot of fun. Follow me on there, let's talk some baseball, and we'll keep this magical season going. Well, for the second straight night, we have a rain delay. This time, bottom of the 10th inning, and the game is still scoreless. So hanging out on the third base side, in the standing room area, ducking for cover over the overhang of the second deck, and just hanging out with 2 cool guys right here. Good friend of mine, Garrett Meyer, has snagged over 1,100 baseballs lifetime, and now mostly goes for commemoratives, and show everyone that scorecard. Keeps score at every single game. You'll see him at Kauffman Stadium, I guarantee it, if you go there. And over here, this is the guy. His name is Jake Wesley, who actually threw me my first ball of the day yesterday. He works here for the Cardinals as a bat boy, and get this, as a 13-year-old 4 years ago, right? This guy made national news headlines because he broke the story of the Red Sox signing Pablo Sandoval and Hanley Ramirez. So, amazing story right here, good friend, just great hanging out with these guys as I pass the time. Thank you. All right, so Eli Whiteside just threw me my second ball, well, the second ball from him. 5th ball total, and for the second straight day, I find myself saying, it's finally over at Busch Stadium. Yesterday there was a long rain delay. Today there was a rain delay and it went extra innings. This game was scoreless until the 13th. The Giants put up a 3-spot. The Cardinals scored 1 in the bottom of the frame, and that's it. Final score, Giants 3, Cardinals 1. So the Giants were victorious in both of the games that I saw here this week. As for me, I mean, it was a struggle catching baseballs, but it was fun hanging out and checking out the stadium from some different spots. Today it was challenging because even though the stadium opened 2 hours early, I only got about 10 minutes of BP, and that group featured the pitchers hitting. So I went into foul territory, and I told you that I was going to give you the name of that coach that threw me the first ball. Giants first base coach, I don't know if I can pronounce his name, Jose Alguacil, so that's who the first ball came from. Then Hensley Mullins and Eli Whiteside hooked me up by the dugout. Right before the game, Mac Williamson tossed me one, that was number 4. I gave away 2 of the baseballs today, but all 5 count. So the lifetime total is now 9,665. Busch Stadium, man. Beautiful place. The Cardinals are a great team, but it is tough if you're a collector. Anyway, I'll walk out of here with a smile on my face. Good times as always. Thank you for watching.